In October, Chengdu welcomed a group of visitors from the banks of the Danube River. Scholars from several Hungarian research institutions traveled thousands of miles to China's western hub of innovation, embarking on a journey of ideas exploring culture, technology, and the future.
Really grateful that the organizers have brought us here. I really love history, so it's a little bit like a child in a candy shop. At the beginning of the museum, we have talked about how important were in early civilizations the river valleys from Egypt to China. And I think understanding these early civilizations, how urbanism, how agriculture, how everything that made a complex society possible started, it's a really fascinating subject that's partly cultural. And I think 4 or 5 Confucius Institutes already exist in Hungary, in Hungarian universities. In the 21st century, the world is so much wider, and we have so much opportunities in economy, in trade, in politics, in culture, in diplomacy, and we have so much to learn.
Really, it's a fantastic opportunity to be here. And we are proud of that. And I think if we are talking about the European Union, Hungary has the best relationships with the Chinese. I definitely do. So we already have cooperations because the BYD factory is building its biggest location in Hungary. I'm in the automobile industry, and they are also present in the bus industry. And there are, I think, 32 or 33% of all the investments coming from China to the European Union lands in Hungary. So we have already been in a strong bond.
It is a good experience to know more about ancient Asian cultures and to realize that what I have already known, that Europe is not the leader of the culture of the mankind. It hasn't been the leader. It has had good achievements, but it is not the only continent at all of which the mankind can be proud of. And more it is China or the Asian culture in general, which the mankind should have a look on that and try to learn from it.
From Sanxingdui to Panda Alley, the scholars experienced both the profound history and the vibrant daily life of local culture. Visits to Sichuan University and Kelun Pharmaceutical revealed Chengdu's creativity and the dynamic blend of tradition and modernity thriving within the same city.
But wow, Chengdu is very charming, I can tell. Yeah, it's a climate also makes it very comfortable. It has a very good temperature, very good climate. It's very green. But this is a city I want to spend more time in. I know that many Westerners in China fell in love with China because they went to Chengdu. At this point, China is enormously innovative. China is very dynamic. A lot of world economic growth depends on China. So I think we should be catching up, right? In Europe, we should be paying more attention to what is going on in China and at factories like this. For 100 years, you had Chinese people coming to the West to study Western things and learning, and now it's the time for Westerners to come to China, inspect places like this, and learn from this pharmaceutical plant, but also in general from Chinese industrial development.
The delegation also visited the zero-carbon factory of B&M Science and Technology, where they witnessed the future of green innovation, lithium materials, intelligent manufacturing, and international collaboration. The scholars expressed great interest in B&M's green manufacturing project in Hungary.
It is important that we must continue the reindustrialization of Hungary with the help of the Chinese technologies, because Chinese technology, well, thanks to the 5 plan, actually it's not a new idea in China to reach environmental friendly production by 2050, and this 5-year plan also focuses on that. and that's why the Chinese technologies are very environmental friendly. And the takeaway today is that we must rely on the Chinese producers in Hungary, because then we have an industry which is environmentally friendly.
The net zero is very, very important for the European people, and I think this factory can support these goals for Europe and for the Hungary. And I think in China is also important become greener. These factories give the fundamental sources for this green technologies, such as the basic materials for the batteries, for the fundamental of the green technology. So the Hungarian factory can be mutually beneficial.
In Western media and in Western academia, you see that people often talk about China. How does China see the world? What conceptions does China bring? So I mentioned the Renlei Mingyun Gongtongji, the community of common destiny, which I think could be an orientation point for political theoretical discussions in the West.
I think it's very important to show our culture and show our respect between Hungary and China. And I think we are here to represent our country, we are here to represent our political community, and we want to show our best side to our Chinese partners, and we want to learn a lot about China, and also maybe show a little bit of Hungary here in Sichuan.
Within just a few days, ideas were exchanged and friendships took root. With its openness and warmth, Chengdu bridges China and Hungary. Its innovation inspires and its culture touches hearts. The world is no longer divided between East and West, but moving closer together. Looking west to Chengdu, cooperation resonates and the future draws nearer.